Listín Diario Editorial for February 22nd of 2022. What we learned from the pandemic. After 2 years enslaved by the fear, uncertainty, and pain caused by the coronavirus pandemic, society has learned some lessons that could mark new attitudes towards health and life. For now, society has learned the value more than ever, the importance of prevention against threats to its health and the need of the country to expand and strengthen its health infrastructure and services. We have learned to gauge the sense of family unity and fraternity, put to the rest during mandatory confinements and restrictions on human mobility that in many cases physically distance one another. We experienced changes in lifestyles never imagined, such as the obligation to wear masks permanently, systematically sanitize hands, and disinfect all environments, both domestic and work, to minimize contagion. In an almost general way, the forms of work have been transformed, and technology has been an excellent ally to welcome teleworking, virtual education, the consumption of more information, and elements of knowledge of the pandemic enemy against which we continue to fight. The price paid has been high in economic and emotional terms in human lives, with 4,357 deaths to date, and in psychological trauma or real sequelae to the 572,290 infected. The paralysis of the economy, direct consequence, unemployment, as well as all the fall of the main sources of support for companies and citizens, plunged society into one of its most critical crossroads. Overwhelmed by so many calamities, the people were able to learn that their real strength lies in unity and solidarity in the face of needs, suffering, and mourning for the loss of so many loved ones, irreplaceable encouragement as mitigators of the tragedy. Today, Listín Diario begins a special series of the traces in this pandemic, precisely on the day that marks the 2-year anniversary of the arrival of a foreigner carrier of the virus, as a living testimony of an experience that the country will never forget. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez,